Good morning. I'm so glad you joined me this morning. Looks like I've got one person on there already. Must be Bob or Jan. Good morning, whichever one it is is here with me so far. I'm glad to see you. Oh, now there's two, so it must be Jan and Bob. Good morning to you guys, and sorry about the audio on Tuesday. That was a mess, but I love the class that I taught. I felt like I got some really good movement in there, so I wanted to redo it with the same things that we did during that class. So I think the time is right. We'll go ahead and get started. You need a sturdy chair, a set of weights, and just make sure you have plenty of room to move. I moved down to the basement for this class, and we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I don't kick the wall or the bike or whatever. I tried to move things out of the way, but you never know. I'm going to go ahead and get our music started here. Of course, you can always play your own music off to the side if that's what you prefer. All right, let's start. I'm going to start on this side. Let's start with our good posture, shoulders back and down. Okay. And we'll start with head turns, looking side to side. As you're standing here, relax those knees so that you're not locking those kneecaps. Put the shoulders down away from your ears. Looking straight ahead, we'll tilt that ear towards the shoulder now. Nice steady breathing as you get the body moving this morning. And looking straight ahead, chin up and down. Last one. And looking straight ahead, let's roll those shoulders. And other direction. Let's take those arms out wide as you can, or as high as you can. Start with small circles, and then make them a little bit bigger if you can. Loosen up those shoulders, and pause, switch directions, but starting small, and then loosening it up and making them a little bit bigger. All right. Arms out. Take those hands right to the shoulders. Keep that good posture. A little tension between the shoulder blades right here. And we're going to press the elbows forward, separating the shoulder blades. And then press those elbows back. Make sure those elbows are low. You don't want them up here. Low. Press them back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Open the chest. And reach forward, separating the shoulder blades. Back and forth. Keep with that nice steady breathing. Last one here. And back. And shake it out. Hands on the hips here. Draw that belly button in. Keep a nice flat back. You're going to hinge forward, to the side, back, and side. Just be cautious with this one that you feel good in each direction. Skip in any direction that you need to. And when you get to the front, again, you're going to pause and switch directions, just warming up that torso gently here. And one more rotation. And standing up nice and tall. All right, holding onto the chair for a bit of balance, outside knee up. And we're hinging that knee, pushing the heel forward. So you should be able to see the bottom of your shoe. Feel a little stretch in the back of that leg. And relax. To the other side. Good posture. Knee up. Pushing the heel forward. Just the only thing moving is that knee. Bottom leg. And relax down. Let's do a side leg lift today. To the other side, we're standing nice and tall. Make sure you don't lean on that chair, okay? It's just there for support. We're just taking that outside leg and lifting to the side. Nice and controlled here. Whew, and relax. All that movement is in that hip. So just do what you can. Doesn't have to be super high. All right. And then back to the other side for our full leg swing. Remember posture. You can have a little bend in that knee. Just sweeping that leg forward and back. Keeping the upper body still. And relax. Other side. Good posture and sweep. Let that leg just kind of hang in the socket there and get a good motion. Again, it doesn't have to be a big movement. And relax. All right. And if you're getting a little bit tired already and need to ease up, you can go ahead and sit for this next one. Point and flex. Get those ankles loosened up. And then same foot, drawing those circles. And switch directions. Give a shake. Other side. Point and flex. And draw on those circles. This is the ankle that I beat up in basketball in high school. I always feel it. Other direction. And shake it out. All right, we're going to do some more standing range of motion exercises here. So the idea is to kind of stretch things out, help your functional mobility. All right, so we're doing our side reaches. So reaching high with the fingers and pointing with that same side foot, pointing those toes. Other side reach. Go at your own pace here. I always put my hands back down on the chair to steady myself as I reach. Oh, feel that in the torso, maybe the top of that hip. Last one here. Reach. Excellent. All right, I'm going to kind of turn sideways here. Next, we're going to do our on our toes and on our heels. It's kind of a rocking motion, but I want you to keep good posture in the upper body. All the movement is going to be in those ankles and feet here. So we come up on our tiptoes, lower down, and roll back on those heels, bringing those toes off the floor and back up. I'm holding on with a little gentle pressure on that chair to steady myself, especially on the way back. Don't want to fall back too far there. Ooh, nice steady breathing even here. If you feel like you're getting a muscle cramp in those calf muscles, just take it easy with this one. And relax. Excellent. Now look at my sheet. What's next? Oh, some mini lunges. Okay, I want you to hold onto your chair. We're on the side here. About a half a step back from the back leg of that chair. Because I want to be able to, as I move, still hold onto the chair. So the outside leg is just going to step forward, lunge down, push yourself back. How far you lunge is up to you. It can just be a step. So maybe a foot in between those the feet. Or you can take a big step and really lunge down and then push yourself back. Use the power in those legs to get yourself back to that starting position. This is a tough one. We're testing those knees. And if you don't trust it, take a smaller step. Got two more on this side. All right, and let's take it to the other side. Same thing. You test first, do a small step at first, and see what that side is going to tolerate. All right, so stepping forward and push back. When you're feeling more confident, you're going to bend that back knee, drop it down as you step forward. My daughter must be dancing or something upstairs because I hear it sounds like thunder. I'm in the basement. She's running around up there. That's all right. Everywhere she goes, she's dancing. Last one here. Whew. All right. We're going to go right into our curtsy. So we're doing a lot of knee and leg movements here. So if these don't work for you, you can skip them, okay? All right, we're here next to our chair. Outside leg is going to point to the side. We're just going to start with the leg movement first. Little bend in that knee closest to the chair as well. Step back behind, do a little curtsy lunge, and reach back out and tap that toe. Most of your weight is on that inside leg, though. If you're feeling good, you can add in an arm movement. And if you're feeling really good with good balance, lift that leg off the floor. Don't force that, though. Holding on for a little bit of balance. And we got last one here. Always do the modification that works well for you, okay? Don't force anything that maybe isn't ideal for even that side of the body, okay? We're going to do that same thing over here. It may feel differently. Point that outside toe. We're going to start with just the curtsy lunge first. Stepping behind, bend both knees, curtsy, and reach out and tap. Step behind on the toes with that back leg. Add in the arm if you feel good. Let's keep those toes on the floor if you need to. And reaching that toe up if you feel like you've got good balance today. Woo, and done. Excellent. Shake those legs out. That's a tough one. All right, we're going to do another exercise here. I'm not even going to be close to my chair. I want you to work on footwork. You can stay close to your chair if you want to hold on. Totally fine. We're just doing in, out, out. Like we're stepping in and out of a box. So pretend like you're in a nice cardboard box here, about 4 inches high. We're stepping out, out. Back in the box. Out, out, in. Good. And you can add in some arm movements. You can pick up the pace if you're feeling good. Get those knees up. Or you can just stay nice and slow. Go at your pace. Whatever feels good here. We're kind of getting our heart rate up a little bit with this one. Don't be afraid to pick up that pace if you got the pattern down. Whew, don't worry. We've got one more exercise after this, and then we're going to sit down. Woo! One more out, in, and done. All right. We got our wide stance sway. I'm going to stand behind my chair. My feet are about as wide as the chair. Toes are pointing out. And I'm just going to shift my weight to one side and then the other. You don't want your knee to go past your toes. So if you're like way out here like that, take it a little wider. Bend those knees. The knee is going towards that big toe. Get that good angle. Don't let that knee cave in. That's your goal here. And only bending as far as you're feeling comfortable with. I'm trying to trust those knees a little bit more. But don't overdo it. And last one here. And nice and tall. Step it in. All right. We are going to a seated position. All right. Very good. Everybody's happy about that, right? All right, grab those dumbbells, okay? We're gonna start with just one dumbbell. We're gonna start with our wood chop. Sitting up tall, draw that belly button in. You wanna have that little bit of tension between the shoulder blades so that your shoulders don't round forward, okay? That helps you maintain that posture. We're taking that weight, grabbing both ends, reaching down to the side, bring it back to the chest, and then reach up and away. Nice steady breathing as you go, making sure you're not holding your breath. We're staying with one side here, reaching down and then up and away. Make sure you're not swiveling in your seat, okay? Keep those hips and your tush in that chair. Just getting some torso rotation. And you can skip that overhead reach if your shoulder's not agreeing with you today, or just lift as high as that feels comfortable. Don't overdo. Last one on this side, and bring it back in. All right. You can give your shoulders a little roll here. We're going to do the same thing. Other side, gripping that weight, reaching down, bring it back to the chest, and up and away. Woo. It's always nice and cool in my basement, but today I'm sweating. I think some of those standing exercises got my heart rate up a little bit, which is good. These exercises are great for me too. Woo! Let's get one more. Woo! Bring it back in and lower down. All right, we're gonna do our abdominal sit back with the row. As you sit back up, overhead press. You can skip the rows and you can skip the overhead press, but try to get this abdominal sit back, okay? So if you don't want to add in any of the extra stuff, you're just gonna hold that weight right here. Otherwise, we're drawing in that belly button, shoulders are backing down. This upper body is solid as a board. It moves as one piece here, okay? We're gonna hinge back. I'm not even touching the top of that chair. I'm gonna row to one side, back to chest, other side. As I come up, reaching overhead, hinge back and row, and press. Woo! You can kind of draw that belly button in here and round a little bit at the bottom. That's okay. You're reaching, row, overhead as you sit up tall. Hinge back. Once you get the pattern down, it's easy. Woo! Stay with me. You can just hinge back and forth in that plank position if that's what works for you today, skipping these other arm movements. This is it. This is our last one. And reaching overhead. Great. All right. Next, we're grabbing the other weight. We're doing our accordion into our lateral raise. So feet firmly on the floor, belly button in, shoulders back and down. I have my elbows at 90 degrees, palms are facing each other. Have that core activated so you don't arch your back on this movement. We're just pushing those weights out to the side, elbows stay in, squeeze it in, and then raise elbows and wrists to shoulder height, lower down. Open up, and raise. Stay in control. Don't let those shoulders hike up towards your ears. Keep them relaxed. And remember your nice steady breathing. Whatever breathing pattern works for you, so long as you're not holding your breath. If you've got a wonky shoulder, this move, you might have to skip one side. That's okay. Just do the best you can. Maintaining that good posture. Woo, we got one more of each. Open and raise and leave it nice and low there. Shake it out. We've got same position, 90 degrees with the elbows, good posture, underhand grip this time, and we're just reaching up and out to shoulder height and squeeze those shoulder blades, drawing those elbows back a little bit. Reach up and out and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good posture. Nice gentle grip there on those weights. All of these exercises you can actually do with no weight at all. If you're just not feeling the weights, that's fine. All these movements are still good and functional. 2 more here. And squeeze. Woo. All right. Now I'm getting sweaty. All right, we're going to do a little bit more seated cardio now. So we'll come back to the dumbbells, so keep them close. We're going to start with our opposites reach away from each other. So one heel reaches out, the other opposite hand, fingers reach high, and then switch. I scoot towards the front of my seat, and that usually helps. As you're reaching overhead, make sure you're not scrunching here. Sitting nice and tall, no slouching. It's really easy to get like this. Sit up tall. Your pace. You don't have to keep up with me, and you can go faster than me if you want to. Last one each side. And relax. We're going right into elbow to knee now. Opposites attract. Opposite knee and elbow. They don't have to touch. Remember, keep that core nice and solid. You can kind of round forward a little bit, but you want to activate that. You don't want to be slouching into it, if you know what I mean. So you're pulling, lifting that knee, pulling that elbow in. Go at your pace. Same thing here. Woo! If you need to take a break, that's fine. Got one more each side right here. And relax. All right, sitting up nice and tall. We're doing our step outs. So for this one, shoulders and hips stay straight ahead in this chair. Okay, I'm still scooted towards the front of my chair. Hands on the hips. I'm going to do 2 to this side and then 2 to that side. Step it out. Step it in. Step it out. Step it in. Other side. Now my weights are in the way. Woo! See how my hips and shoulders stay forward so I'm not swiveling in my seat. And I keep my knee right over my ankle. Or my ankle under my knee. Whatever. Good posture. So the point there is that I don't want you to do this. I want you to get that movement in that hip. And if you don't like this move, you can do that clamshell here. I know, Jan, you like to do that. It's totally fine to do that here instead. All right, we're going to singles here. 1 and 1. And the sweat is dripping off me. Woo! Stay with me. Keep that good posture. Just keep those legs moving. Whatever works. Got it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step it in. All right. Good job. We're going to do our soccer ball next. All right. So I'm hinging back, just kind of planking and hanging on to the seat of my chair here. Activating these muscles, okay? I'm going to bring my feet up and like I'm kicking a soccer ball. Now this can be whatever you want it to be. You've got to do one leg at a time, that's fine. And if you can get a good pace going, that's good as well. Now I'm not resting on the back of the chair, but if you need to, you can. And you can add in arm movements if you're feeling good. That adds a new element to it. A little bit harder to coordinate, but it gets your heart rate up. Go at your pace. If you need to slow it down, that's fine. We got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right. Are we tired? I am. All right. We're just going to do a quick few stretches. A butterfly tilt and a shoulder stretch sitting up tall. We're just going to hinge right between the shoulder blades. Is where you feel this mobility. Whew. Just getting a good stretch here. This isn't a crunch or anything. We're just working on that spinal mobility. Woo. Shake those arms out. Let's do a shoulder stretch here. As we're holding this stretch, do a few wrist rotations and finger walking. Every finger to the thumb. Woo, I must be glistening. I am sweaty today. Doesn't help when I drink some coffee right before I do this. Hot coffee today. All right, get those wrist rotations in, but make sure you're focusing on that stretch as well in the shoulder. Hand wrist up and down, every finger to the thumb. Woo. All right, we're gonna do some standing dumbbell exercises next, but you can do these in the chair. All of them can be done in the chair if you prefer. It's totally up to you. I'm gonna demonstrate them standing because I always do them sitting, okay? We're in a split stance. You're drawing that belly button in because you don't want to have an arched back, okay? We're doing a half Arnold press. So, palms facing each other, elbows chest high. We're just opening and closing here. Keep the upper body solid, core is activated. Whew, stay strong. And last one, squeeze it in and lower down. We're going to do a different, switching our stance, so the other leg forward now. We're just going into bicep curls. So underhand grip, shoulders are back and down. Get the roll there. And we're curling up. Squeeze up, easy down. Remember, don't just drop that weight. Have the control. I definitely need to do this workout twice a week. It's excellent for me. Woo. Last one here. Curl up. Easy down. All right. We're going into our tricep kickbacks. Okay, let's just do one at a time here. So one arm is just hanging off to the side. That's the same side where the leg is forward. On the side where the leg is back, we're in that little split stance. It's nice and relaxed here. Elbows at 90 degrees. We're straightening that arm and lifting that weight behind us. Squeeze it in. Straighten and lift. Keep that core activated and make sure you're not just swinging that arm. You're straightening and lift. Push that weight behind you up towards the ceiling. Good control, even here. Ooh, let's get two more. Woo, and bring it in. Standing has a different effect, doesn't it? All right, let's switch legs and switch arms. So make sure you're not like hanging to one side. Keep the upper body nice and tall, elbow starts about 90 degrees, maybe smaller angle than that. And we straighten and lift. Good control. I am totally dripping with sweat. Woo. Stay with it. Stay in control here. Nice steady breathing. And last one. Woo. Bring it in. Good job. All right. We've got a deadlift with 3 rows. Okay. This is also a back exercise. You can do this one in the chair. You just stay seated and hinge forward like we do. Okay. And do the rows. If you're standing, you're in a base stance. So feet are about hip width apart, maybe a little bit wider, okay? Toes straight ahead. We're bending those knees, drawing that belly button in, keep a super flat back. We're going to keep our arms straight. As we do a deadlift, we're just kind of dropping those weights down to our knees. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. We straighten the arms and stand up. And we're going to repeat. Lower down, squeeze, 2, 3, and up. Again, keeping that control of your upper body, good form, and straighten up. Lower down, squeeze, 2, 3, and up, one more. Lower down, squeeze those shoulder blades. Straighten the arms and stand. Excellent. All right, let's put those weights down. We're moving on to our balance and our cool down. All right, so we're just gonna do a behind the chair arabesque. So I'm about a foot behind the chair, and I just want to hold on gently to that chair. I'm gonna kick one leg back. Doesn't matter which one. And I'm kind of leaning. I got a hinge here. Okay. Make sure I'm not kicking anything. And we're just gonna lift and lower, straight back. Like you're lifting that heel to the ceiling, not up to the side. Make sure it's straight up, squeezing that tush. You might feel this a little bit in the low back. Just keep that core activated to protect it. And last one, and step it in. And then we'll do the other side. Kick that leg back. You're holding onto that chair. Make sure it's not going to slide away from you. Lift and lower. Activate those core muscles right in here to help stabilize you. Get that good squeeze. Last one. And lower down. All right. We're going to do our side teeter-totter. Very small movements with this one if you don't feel very stable or with good balance. Okay? So I'm keeping one hand on the chair. One arm is reaching out to the side. Opposite leg is reaching out to the other side on the tiptoes. That base leg, the knee is not blocked. As we lower that arm, we lift the leg. Only as far as you're comfortable. Try to make this arm to leg a straight line. You're using all these muscles here in that core, your glutes, everywhere to really stabilize yourself. Make sure you're not twisting or rotating. Shoulders and hips stay facing me. Nice and controlled movement. Doesn't have to be big. Woo, we got one more. Woo, all right. Other side. Arm reaches away. Opposite leg, point that toe. Face knee. Make sure you're not locking it. That upper body and hips stay facing this chair. As you lower the arm, lift that leg. Pull yourself back up. Activate all those muscles to get yourself back to that standing position. Ooh, last one. You got it. All right. Tired. All right. We're getting there, guys. We got to squat to one leg balance, and we hold on the last one. We'll do 8 on each side, and we do a little hold at the end of that on the last one. And you do what you can do. We're going to hold it quite a while, but you can tap down when you need to, and you can use as much support as you want to. For that squat to one leg balance, you're close to your chair so you can steady yourself, or you can be close to a wall as well. All right, I'm going to start with my hand right here at your shoulder. You can hold a weight in that hand if you prefer. It's fine too. All right, I'm just going to baby squat down, only as far as my knees will tolerate. As I come up, outside arm and leg, reach high, let it down, super easy, right back into the squat. Have your control. You want a little pause at the top to achieve the balance. Right back into the squat. Here's 6. 7. Here comes our last one. We're holding this one up. Get that knee up. Relax the shoulders. Keep the arm up if you can. Remember that base leg is not blocked. You're activating here. Nice steady breathing. Decreasing support only if you feel comfortable with it. Ooh. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Don't forget to tap down sooner if you need to. Your reflexes kind of make you do that. And that's a-okay. It's just your body testing itself. All right. Same thing, other side. We got 8. Hand starts here at the shoulder. Little squat down. As you come up, reach outside arm and leg up. Get the little pause at the top. Come right back down to the squat. Easy does it. Not everybody can do this one. You can do this one in the chair if that feels better. Just do your knee lifts from the chair. I lost count. Is this it? Let's do the next one. And here's our last one. Hold it up. Activate the core. Check that base leg. Relax the shoulders, which I wasn't doing. And if you feel like you can let go or go down to maybe just one finger holding on, always tapping down when you need to. You do your own self-check here. Steady breathing. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease it down. Great job. That's a tough one. All right, let's do our cool down exercises. We're going to wrap our arms around that tree, reaching forward, separating the shoulder blades here without scrunching your neck. Okay? Just let that chin fall a little bit between those arms. But keep your head above your heart. You're rounding that spine. Get a good stretch along there. Big deep breath in. And exhale. Pressing those thumbs down and back, lifting the chin, relax those shoulders down. Get a good chest stretch here. Shake it out. In that base stance, we're reaching right overhead. Let the arms slide down the thigh. And other side. If these cool down stretches can all be done in the chair, we're going to be in the chair in just a moment. All right, to our quad stretch. We're on the edge of our seat, one knee drops down, belly button, draw that in to kind of protect that low back. Sitting up tall, you can hold onto the chair wherever you need to. Shimmy those toes back, get a good stretch. You should feel this kind of at the top of the hip on down to that kneecap, not the low back. If you feel it in the low back, ease up on the stretch or reposition yourself. And release. Go ahead and slide on over to the other side. Drop that knee down. Protect the back first. Good posture. Holding on if you need to. Stay nice and tall. And add in that reach if you want to. Whew, this feels so good. Whew, all right. Scooting towards the front of your seat. One heel forward, toes up towards the ceiling. A pretty straight leg. Don't lock the knee. Hinging at the hips, leading with the chest. Draw those toes back towards your shin, and you're going to get a good stretch in that calf muscle. This is great if you do a lot of walking. Don't forget to do this stretch at the end of the day. Really good for you. And can ward off that dreaded plantar fasciitis. Sitting up tall, switching legs, other heel forward, toes up towards the ceiling. Loose kneecap, hinging, leading with the chest. Draw those toes back towards your shin. Like you're trying to touch your shin with your tippy toes. It's impossible, but ooh, that gives you a good stretch though. All right, other leg forward. Ankle crosses over. We slide that up. You decide where you want to stop there. If you can, get above the knee and plant that foot. Get a good hinge here. can hug your knee, whatever feels good. Ooh, and release, let that leg slide on down. Other side, ankle crosses over. Slide it up as far as you can, but don't force it. You can plant that foot if you get above the knee. Get a good hinge here. Stretch that outer hip. And release. Slide that leg on down. Sitting up nice and tall. Hands are in the lap. We're dropping that chin down to our chest, keeping the shoulders back and down. Don't let them round forward here. And we're looking off over our shoulder, a little pause here. And then rolling the chin back down to the chest and across to the other side. Have a look over that shoulder. And back down. Shoulders are still back. Getting a good stretch in the back of that neck, maybe the upper back here. And then lifting that chin, looking straight ahead. We're going to tilt that ear towards the shoulder. Add in the outside arm reach. And other side. Drop that ear down towards the shoulder, shoulder relax. Add in the outside arm reach. Whew. All right. Big deep breath in. And exhale, smooth. Get a good reach here, reaching high. Inhale all the way. And let it all out. One more. Filling those lungs up. And let it all out. All right. Great job. Thank you for joining me today. I feel like this is a good class. I might keep this little routine for a while, adding in and changing things just because it felt so good. It felt good with my mobility, and it challenged me in different ways. So I hope it worked well for you. And replay it. Watch it again later this week or over the weekend or whenever you have time. Have a great weekend. Take care, everyone.